Broadcasters Brian Barrett, John Dinkins, and the Primetime Sports team are standing by to take you to the game.
And the Middle Tennessee Christian School Cougars are state champions here in 2023.
He's got it. And Eagleville has won a state championship in baseball. And they did it really convincingly.
The Oakland Patriots have won back-to-back-to-back state titles. Their 7th state championship.
Now, let's get to tonight's prep game on News Radio WGNS.
And a pleasant good evening here from Oakland High School. That's where we are tonight. We'll have the baseball action between the Oakland Patriots and the Stewarts Creek Redhawks. I'm John Dinkins along with Brian Barrett here on the Primetime Sports Countdown to First Pitch, sponsored by the law offices of John Day. They've helped thousands of people get the legal help they need when they've needed it the most. If you've been injured, call the law offices of John Day for a free consultation. And we will return. We'll take a minute timeout and come back with the county roundup here for you on State Farm Prep Baseball.
We're catching up with Anne-Marie Brents at Rick's Barbecue, 212 Warrior Drive, another one of our great local businesses.
Yeah, it's a big family business. Knowing that my grandparents started it, to see it evolve and what it is now, it's just been really cool, and I love it. It's just something I'm very passionate about, and customers have been great to us as well.
Whether it's a quick meal, feeding the whole family, or catering, Rick's Barbecue can handle it all.
It's really something I'm really passionate about, very blessed and thankful for.
Rick's Barbecue, 212 Warrior Drive.
In Rutherford County, you know how much it means to have neighbors that you can count on. I'm State Farm Agent Ron Reeves, here to help life go right when you combine home and auto insurance. Call me at 615-873-1700. Let me save you money and time.
It's not just your home or car. I'm State Farm Agent Emerson Williams. We see your home and car as the time and memories that you put into it. Give me a call at 615-459-2683 and let me help you give them the protection they deserve.
I'm State Farm Agent Ron Reeves. You're listening to Prep Baseball.
And welcome back. John Dinkins, Brian Barrett with you here from Oakland High School on a chilly night. And Brian, before we get into the starting lineups, this is about the only game in town tonight.
Yeah, a lot of games aren't played on Monday, and this must be Oakland's week to not play district games. So they've got Stewarts Creek coming in, and it's an opportunity to see the two districts play each other because you're going to play in the region, and it's always good to get a Rutherford County matchup in here. So going to enjoy this one here tonight. There may be a few softball games. As a matter of fact, I can look. If you go to wgnsradio.com/scoreboard, you'll see the week's scoreboard for not only baseball but also softball and flag football, men's soccer. So you can see all of the scores for the week from all of those games. Central Magnet's playing Pope John Paul II in softball, and Laverne's playing tonight in softball, and that's the only Monday. Riverdale and Lincoln County are playing tonight. And baseball-wise, this is the only baseball game except Central Magnet and Franklin County this evening. So ought to be a good one here tonight, I would think.
Well, that's our Rick's Barbecue County Roundup. At Rick's Barbecue, quality comes first. Serving up fresh, never frozen meats, slow smoked the old-fashioned way over real hickory wood. Whether it's pork, chicken, beef, you'll taste the difference in every bite. Don't forget to try fan favorites like wings, slaw dogs, and loaded baked potatoes. From the pit to your plate, Rick's Barbecue is ready to serve up a meal you won't forget. Stop by today on Warrior Drive, just off South Church Street, and taste the tradition. All right, we're ready for our starting lineups, brought to you by Fans Heating and Air, Winners Trophies, and JHA Company, Josh Houston and Associates. My question is, are you ready?
I am.
Okay.
Ready to go for the Stewarts Creek Redhawks with Coach Brian Howard as the head coach. They are 12-9 on the season so far. Aiden Jackson will lead off and play short. Chase Fernandez DHing in the two-hole. Batting third will be the center fielder, Tyler Husky. And Sean Rhodes will bat fourth and play left field. Batting fifth, Eason Young, the third baseman. Batting sixth, Hunter Blanton, the catcher. In the seventh hole is Preston Stewart, the second baseman. Hudson Schmitz will bat in the eighth hole, and he will play first. And batting ninth will be Jeff Moran, the right fielder. And Caleb Lawson is the pitcher. That's who they are DHing for. So it'll be Jackson, Fernandez, Husky, Rhodes, Young, Blanton, Stewart, Schmitz, and Moran for the Red Hawks. Now for the Oakland Patriots of longtime coach Mack Hawks. They are 8-11-1 on the season. Asher Evans will lead off and play short. It's Andrew Carver playing first and batting second. Batting third, Braxton Griever, the third baseman. And at cleanup, Will Trammell, the catcher. It's Carson Pack DHing in the 5-hole. Chris Richardson will bat sixth and play center field. Batting seventh, Elijah Avalar will play left field and bat seventh. Again, it's Austin Bragg batting eighth and playing right field, and Caden Wayman will bat ninth and play second. Patrick Freeman, our second time in a week to see him on the bump. They are DHing for him. So Oakland's lineup is Evans, Carver, Griever, Trammell, Pack, Richardson, Avalar, Bragg, and Wayman. So that is a look at your starting lineups for Stewarts Creek and for Oakland here tonight. And again, those are brought to you by JHA Company. That's Josh Houston and Associates, Winners Trophies, along with Fans Heating and Air.
Stewarts Creek 12-9 on the year. Oakland 8-11-1. And Brian, it just goes to show you that in both districts, a lot of teams with those 500 records, everybody's knocking each other off. And I guess Blackman would be an exception. I don't really know what Siegel's record is at the moment, but I'd say they're doing pretty well as well. But
Blackman is 14-1, and I can't remember Siegel's record, but both of those two teams are ranked in the top 10 in the state in the Tennessee Baseball Coaches Association poll. And another Rutherford County team, Eagleville, they're ranked number 1. Although Eagleville played last week in the Warrior Classic, and they played several of these out-of-town teams and things of that nature. They lost 3 games last week, which is uncharacteristic. So they may not be the number 1 after that, but
it depends on who they were playing, too.
It does.
I mean, a lot of it.
You know, and a lot of times you don't know that. You just see records and see that there was a, 3-game losing streak. But going into that, they were 18-1, and they're now 18-4. But where it really matters, this game right here tonight doesn't matter a whole lot. It does get you some experience. You see good competition. And the thing I remember a few years ago from Stewarts Creek when Brian had his first team out there, they were in a different district that had the teams like Cane Ridge and Antioch in there, and it was not a very competitive district, and they had a really good team. But, I mean, they were up 10-0 after the first inning, and that unless there was a walk, they weren't even trying to steal bases or anything, They weren't trying to run up a score, and pitcher throwing softballs up there. So, seeing much better competition certainly helps, because that year, once they got into tournament play and into the region, things got a little tougher, and I think they're in a much more competitive district. And of course, next year it'll be Stewarts Creek, Smyrna, Laverne, and Blackman in that district, and then the 4 Murfreesboro teams outside of Blackman will be in the other district. That'll make up your region, and then you go like to Williamson County, just like in basketball. So that'll be quite a change for sure.
That'll be quite a rivalry there. Stewarts Creek and Blackman playing each other more.
Yeah. Well, and to me, I think it's also one of those deals where you're going to play your region opponents in the regular season too, I would think. There's no reason. Well, I mean, they're doing it tonight, Oakland and Stewarts Creek. Why wouldn't you play next year? Maybe 2 games or something like that, or maybe a 3-game series like the districts do. I don't know how they're exactly going to accomplish what they're planning for next year, but smaller districts mean you got to get more opponents and things of that nature out there, so we'll see what they decide to do. But plenty of good competition right here. You don't have to get on a bus and drive a long way. And I think there was kind of a look for where are the umpires. They're a little late arriving, but they're about to have their meeting at the plate.
I did want to talk a little bit about this stadium here at Oakland, because it really was one of the first that really, I don't want to diss the other schools at all.
Sure.
But they were the first that really got a lot of followers, and they were really, really, really good at the time, and Max worked really hard on this field. So it was kind of one of the first. Riverdale now has got one second to none. Blackman's got a good facility. I mean, they all have good facilities, but it kind of started here, I think, really.
Well, they were talking, when this school was opened in the early 70s and Riverdale at the same time, there were no outdoor facilities.
No.
I mean, football stadium was not here on campus. Oakland and Riverdale played at MTSU. And so some of the newer schools, when they came along, they were built an outdoor facility, but they've added to those. Like Siegel's got their press box. Blackman's added their press box. But Oakland had to kind of do all of that organically, and that's why they were one of the first ones to have all of that. But they've got some cool stadium seating right on top of where we are, which is a concession stand and bathroom area. And we're looking right behind home plate from the back of the concession stand. So,
and they seem to add something every year, too.
Yep.
For instance, this year, the Zaxby's foul pole, FOWL.
Yep.
Talk about the dimensions of this stadium a little bit. 375, the Deadaway Center. 348 in the gaps. 324 down the right field line. And tell me what it is in the left field line, Brian.
327.
Okay, thank you so much. I have a little difficulty seeing that far at this angle. And we have got the wind blowing, but it's just kind of swirling. It's not constant blowing, so I don't think that will be a real issue tonight. It is going to get cold tonight. I don't know what the temperature is. I don't know what Jennifer said the low was going to be tonight, but it is going to drop a little bit when that sun goes down. But no rain, no storms, no nothing.
Thankfully. 56 at 6, 54 at 7, 51 at 8, and 48 by 9 o'clock. And it is expected to maybe get into the upper 30s tonight, so maybe some patchy frost. But I will trade
good scheduling,
that.
Brian. Yeah, good scheduling.
I will trade that for what we had to do last week.
My daughter came home from Gulf Shores, and where it was 80 and sunny every day. And she said, "What have you been doing, Dad?" Oh, just kind of watching some weather here and there every night, every evening, every morning, every afternoon. And really Friday, I guess, is the only day we kind of got to enjoy for a while. Anyway,
Until that evening.
Yeah, that evening got rough. So it was kind of crazy. But
we were one of many states. Just for instance, nobody can see this but you, but this is a look at all the warnings in the whole state of Arkansas for about a week. And every corner of that
Would
state.
you want to live in Arkansas?
No.
No way. Mississippi either.
No.
And I don't have anything against those states, but their weather can be really rough. And I wanted to mention one other thing, too, that I talked to Matt Hawks. They did get in a game Friday. One game was called, I think, because they had a tornado watch. But they did get in a game on Friday, and then they played Saturday morning. I think got a couple of games in.
They finished their Rockville series. We did the first game, and then they got delayed a couple of games. But I think they played Thursday and Friday to finish that series. And then they played Smyrna on Saturday, which was a game they were supposed to play on Friday. So at least they were able to get it in, and, boy, this turf really helps to do that.
Well, we'll be back with first pitch here. It's Oakland against Stewarts Creek here from Oakland High School on State Farm Prep Baseball.
Since 1966, Fans Heating and Air has been a symbol of quality for Murfreesboro and Rutherford County. For friendly, complete service on Amana, Bryant, or American Standard heating and air products, Fans will do it all. Sell you your choice of products and then install it with their factory-trained, experienced, professional staff. In the unlikely event you need service, Fans will be there with trained technicians. Fans Heating and Air is located on Jayhawk Court. Call 615-893-7930. Fans Heating and Air.
Middle Tennessee Christian School, training for eternity.
We're going to be an educational institution that teach Bible every day. Every subject we teach, we're going to teach through a biblical perspective. In every aspect of our school, we're going to do it through a Christian perspective.
MTCS President Matt Tiller.
That also means that everything we do, we have to be excellent. We feel like Christ calls us to excellence. And so that means we have to be excellent academically. That means we have to be excellent athletically, because that's what God calls us to. It's a great place to be.
Invest in your child's future in an environment that fosters Christ-centered values. To find out more, visit mtcscougars.org.
Tennessee Orthopedic Alliance takes great pride in treating local athletes here in Rutherford County. Experts in joint, bones, and muscles. And with over 65 specialists, TOA has a playbook to get you back in the game. To request an appointment, visit TOA.com or call 855-NEED-TOA. Tennessee Orthopedic Alliance. TOA. Live your best life.
This is a paid legal ad.
Hi, this is John Day of the Law Offices of John Day. I've lived and worked as a lawyer in Middle Tennessee for over 30 years, and to me, every single day has been an honor. That's why our firm is so involved with community programs like bicycle helmet giveaways and our Safe Ride Home program. At the law offices of John Day, we're not just looking to make donations. We want to make a difference in the community we hold so dear. And if you're ever injured, know that we are here for you too.
I'm State Farm Agent Andy Womack, and you're listening to Prep Baseball.
Our game tonight brought to you by Sir Pizza, sponsor of our Game and Coaches Show podcast. Find them at wgnssports.com or wherever you listen to audio. That's Sir Pizza on East Main, South Church, and Memorial Boulevard. And a familiar face, Patrick Freeman out there on the mound. He was out last Monday and had a great performance, Brian. I think he struck out 13 or 14, I can't remember.
Definitely double digits.
Yeah, it definitely was, and had a little tough luck in that last inning. And but they did come from behind and won it 3-2. Thus, Mac Hawk said we could come back and do the game tonight.
They did win 2 of the 3 games in that Rockville series. They dropped the second game, but they won the final game back here last Friday on this field by a 3-2 final. So 3-2 wins for them last week.
Patrick Freeman, as we mentioned, on the mound, a right-hander, good stuff, and he is going to be caught by Will Trammell. Carver is at first, Lehman's at second, Evans at short, Griever's over at third. The outfield is Avalar, Richardson, and Bragg. And we've made our agreements of who's supposed to go first. I guess it's me. And Brian will wrap things up tonight. And I have to make sure the stats are right, which scares me to no end.
You do a fine job on all those stats.
Yeah. Okay.
This is WGNS Murfreesboro Smyrna as well, as we're at the top of the hour. And to take you through the first 4 innings, maybe more, here's John.
I don't know about that maybe more stuff, but I did. Thanks for the intro. I wasn't expecting that. Aiden Jackson is going to lead off and play shortstop for the Red Hawks. Right-handed batter steps in there. Freeman gets the sign from Trammell, and the pitch, fastball a little low, 1 ball, no strikes. We'll have to see how this plate umpire does tonight, Brian. The guy last week was great.
Yep. So tonight we started at 6:03. Last week it was 5:55.
Swing and a miss on the changeup. And the count goes 1 ball, 1 strike to Jackson. He'll be followed by Fernandez and then Husky. The first 3.
The umpire doesn't seem as vocal, but he is very emphatic.
Yes, that's all I want, emphatic. Fastball hit his bat, I believe, yep. And it's 1 ball, 2 strikes. You hear that ping off of that bat?
It's almost like it maybe went off the butt of the bat.
Umpire, 1 ball, 2 strikes. The pitch. Curveball in there, strike 3 called, and it's a strikeout. So he continues to do what he does and strikes out the first hitter and brings up Chase Fernandez, the designated hitter.
Chase is a really good player, John, senior here on this team. His mother is the softball head coach at Stewarts Creek, so she gets to see a lot of games.
Yeah, they try not to schedule against each other there. First pitch, did he go? And he did, and it's a strike called, 0-1.
Of course, Stewarts Creek was state runner-up in 4A in softball last year and got another strong team this year. We hope to catch them in Smyrna sometime soon.
The 0-1, fastball in there for a strike, and Fernandez in the hole. No balls, 2 strikes. Right-handed batter. Slightly open stance, and the 0-2 pitch. Oh, that just missed. Wow, that was close. 1 ball, 2 strikes. I would have swung. I would have already been walking to the dugout.
You know, the other day in that game, I think it was a leadoff walk, if I'm not mistaken, and then after that, Freeman kind of settled in, had a good game.
1-2 pitch, strikes him out. They're going to have to throw him out. And shading his eyes is Carver, and hangs on for strikeout number 2 and the second out of the inning. Freeman looks very, very sharp today. He had to rear back on a couple of 2 or 3 innings and get out of some major jams in that game against Rockville on last Monday. Well, that seems like a month ago.
Yeah. He had over 100 pitches thrown.
The pitch. And it's a ball inside, 1 ball, no strikes. Pops out of Trammell's glove, no harm done. Husky, the center fielder for Stewarts Creek.
So why did it seem like, because of the weather and all that we had to do?
I hated, that was the worst spring break I've ever had.
It was pretty nasty. unless you were in Gulf Shores.
The pitch swung on, drilled into right center field. Pretty well hit, but on comes the center fielder Richardson to make the catch for out number 3. No runs, no hits, no errors. And coming up to bat here in the bottom of the first are the Oakland Patriots here on State Farm Prep Baseball.
Quick, convenient, efficient. 3 words that we all hope to experience when we do business. Our goal at JHA Company is to bring just that to an industry that's traditionally dictated to the customer when it's time to do business. Whether you're purchasing class pictures in a yearbook, class jewelry, a letter jacket, school spirit wear, or senior graduation products, we strive to make the experience quick, convenient, and efficient. Find out more at jhacompany.com. JHA, your one source for an unparalleled scholastic experience.
At First National Bank of Middle Tennessee, we believe in making a difference in everything we do. From helping local businesses grow to guiding families towards financial stability, we are improving lives one customer at a time. Hi, I'm John Allen, Vice President and Commercial Banker.
First National Bank of Middle Tennessee. We show up for you.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS 401715.
First National Bank of Middle Tennessee. Online at fnbmt.com.
I'm State Farm Agent Celeste Middleton, and you're listening to Prep Baseball.
Today's game brought to you by good neighbor State Farm Agent Emerson Williams. He is located in Smyrna at 199 Enon Springs Road West at Hazelwood Drive. That's Emerson Williams, 615-459-2683. Probably has a lot of interest in this game. He's a former Oakland Patriot, but lives and operates his business in Smyrna, so he wishes both of these teams good luck tonight, I bet.
Well, he can listen to the game on 100.5 tonight.
Yep.
Or on the World Wide Web, whichever the case. Caleb Lawson, a left-hander on the mound for Stewarts Creek. He's being caught by Hunter Blanton. Smits is over at first, Stewart at second, Jackson at short, Young is over at third. The outfield is Rhodes, Husky, and Moran. And that's your defensive lineup for the Red Hawks.
We're also rolling on Big GTV, too, if you want to take a gander.
But not us. Our faces aren't on
Oh,
it.
gosh, no.
Well, what's wrong with that?
Why would we do that?
I think you're very photogenic, Ryan.
Do you now?
I mean,
I've had enough face time.
800,000 people saw you last week. Lawson getting in his warm-up tosses, and he is about done. I think there's one more left in him. And here he comes, and the pitch down, the throw down, and we're about ready to get the bottom of the first underway. An easy 3-up, 3-down inning for Patrick Freeman. Let's see how Caleb Lawson does. He'll be facing Asher Evans, Andrew Carver, and Braxton Griever. And I don't think it's a stretch to tell me that Asher Evans likes to take pitches. He likes a walk about as well as a hit, and I don't blame him. Very close to the plate. We'll see him up against this lefty, Lawson. The wind in the first pitch almost hit him. Yep, backed him up a little bit. 1 ball, no strikes. Wind is blowing now out to right center. When it does blow.
You can see the flag over at the middle school. Well, there's one right there, right behind the pitcher, isn't it?
And the pitch is high. 1 ball, 1 strike. I know one thing. There's a nice breeze coming in through here. Did you turn the heater on? You did, didn't you?
I did, but I pointed it toward me.
Oh, okay. Well,
I'm just kidding.
That's the way it works around here. He's got 2 balls, no strikes. The pitch lined into right field and speared by the second baseman. What a timing play there by Stewart to rob him. I thought sure that thing, it just dropped on him. And the first out of the inning. Hit it well, but it's a line drive out to second. Brings up Andrew Carver, the first baseman.
Always appreciate the hospitality of the folks here at Oakland, starting with Mac Hawks and all the concession stand folks. I mean, we come in and invade. And
our food was delivered.
Oh, it was.
Or mine was.
Yours was. You're special.
The pitch, breaking pitch in there for a strike, 0-1.
They wanted to make sure that they picked out the perfect hot dog for you, and I have to say it looked pretty good.
Oh, it was so awesome. I saved my calories all for tonight. I starved myself today, knowing where we were going.
Yep. I'm telling you, baseball concession stands are the best.
No balls, 2 strikes. You know what I think part of that is? Because the crowd, of course, it's not as big, and I think they have a little bit more time, and they don't have to make just gobs and gobs and have to let them sit there for hours. They can make a few at a time. 1-2 pitch. Grounded foul down the first base line, and whoop, that's an E. First base coach.
I also think.
Oh, I think that's Coach Messick. I better be quiet.
You know, when you go to the ballpark, you know, you expect good concessions and all that. You know, really, I think it's just tradition in baseball, too, that has something to do.
I
with
will
that.
say we do get our food delivered at Riverdale too.
Yeah,
they do a good job too. That's only 2 places we've been so far to compare.
Siegel.
Siegel, yeah, that's right. Yeah. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Well, their concession's really close. Can't get much closer than this one. It's right behind us. Outside a ball, 2 balls, 2 strikes to Carver. Griever would be next.
Outside of Matt Rigsby putting his finger in the middle of our sandwiches.
Yeah, that was kind of uncalled for.
Yeah.
Well, he wanted to check, see if they were done.
Oh, they were.
2 balls, 2 strikes to Carver. The pitch. There's a line drive into center field and is dropped into left center field. Carver going to go to second with a 1-out double. Good effort there by Husky, but just he got his glove on it but couldn't hold on to it. Now you're fighting wind, you're fighting sun, and the ball was not hit in his direction necessarily.
Yeah, that was a really
he just carried on him.
Tough play. Husky almost made an impossible play.
So it's a 1-out double, and that brings up Braxton Griever, the third baseman for Oakland.
I saw Carver. No, he's still in there. I thought maybe they were going to have a runner for him, but he went back to second.
Griever, a right-handed batter. He also with a slightly open stance, but really covers that plate well. He's right up in there. And now Lawson and Blanton want to get together on the signs. Got a runner at second. Don't want any peekaboo over there at second.
You know, this field has been pretty kind to Stewarts Creek over their young history as a school and a baseball program. They played a lot of spring fling tournaments over here at Oakland.
They sure have. So we're ready. Hunter is back. Hunter Blanton is back in behind the plate. And we're ready for that first pitch to Griever. Carver down at second with a lead. He doubled. Pitch, line drive into center field. That's going to drop. They may hold Carver, and they do. And runners are at first and third. So back-to-back hits has Oakland in very good position for Will Trammell, the catcher.
He was our player of the game last Tuesday night. Had a couple of very timely hits. Is really good behind the plate.
Second hit of the inning. Runners at first and third now. Griever, who runs well, he's at first. Carver down at third. So Lawson getting a little roughed up here with 2 hits in the inning.
I hear Will's grandfather is trying to listen up in Dowtown, so hopefully
I'm
he is.
from Dowtown. My family's from Dowtown. I haven't heard that name in a long time. Pitches high, a ball, 1 ball, no strikes.
Now, what county is that? Is that
That's
Macon?
DeKalb, I think.
DeKalb, that's right.
It's right. It's a little suburb of Smithville. Just a little. It's not very big. I'm just going to say. Okay.
Dowtown. You got Alexandria in that.
Kind of sits in a valley down there too. It's really pretty. Throw over. Did they get him? No. Coach Messi.
Wow.
Was trying to convince the umpire, and I guess he did. Well, that was bang bang. Griever breathes a sigh of relief. That would not have been good. 1 ball, no strikes. Trammell getting back in there, ready to play. He moved up from the 7th hole that we had last Monday to the cleanup spot tonight. So they're obviously swinging a hot bat. That pitch is in the dirt. Nice little save over by Smits. Lawson taking his time. He's in a jam, trying to get out of it here in the bottom of the first. No score. And the pitch. High pop. First base side, and Smith says he has it, and he does. And Trammell pops up for out number 2. It's going to leave it up to Carson Pack if Oakland's going to score in this inning. That was a good pitch by Lawson. And Pack the batter. He's DHing tonight. Gets a sign from Mac Hawks down there at third. 2 out, runner still at first and third. And the throw over. They are really worried about Griever. I think they're thinking something's on with him going to try to take second.
Well, and if they throw there, they got to be worried about Carver down there at third.
And he is going. Throw down is going to be dropped, and a run's going to score. Griever just holds back. Now he's in a rundown. And Griever's going to be tagged out for out number 3, but a run does score. And that's going to do it for the inning. No run. I'll make that 1 run, 2 hits, and there was nobody left. Griever caught off base there in a rundown. We go to the second inning, and we're after 1, and it's 1-0 Oakland.
Choosing the right insurance can be overwhelming. That's where Rick Hall at Rayburn Insurance comes in. At Rayburn, we're not just about policies, we're about people. Rick Hall will take the time to understand your needs and find the best coverage at the best price. We've been serving our community since 1973. So why not let Rick Hall take the stress out of insurance? Rick Hall at Rayburn Insurance Agency, where you're more than just a policy number. You're our neighbors.
Winners Trophies can help you with customized awards for any occasion. Owner Kelly Hockenberry continues to provide awards for sports teams, churches, recognition awards, and more. Call Winners Trophies at 904-6002. That's 904-6002 for the best in quality, service, and pricing. You can also email Kelly, winnerstrophy@comcast.net. That's winnerstrophy@comcast.net. Any award for any occasion. Winners Trophies, 904-6002.
I'm State Farm Agent Emerson Williams, and you're listening to Prep Baseball.
Our game tonight on WGNS Radio and Big G TV channels, brought to you in part by Tennessee Orthopedic Alliance, Parks Auction, Craig's Tax Service, and Dr. Automotive. Oakland up here 1-0 after 1.
And it'll be Rhodes, Young, and Blanton to lead off this top of the second. Stewarts Creek finds himself down 1-0. They charged an error to the catcher on that throw, allowing that run to score. So Oakland did get a run out of that when Lawson was very close to getting out of it. Sean Rhodes is a right-handed hitter. Stands in the middle of the plate. It's just kind of a normal stance there. And the pitch from Freeman. Low a ball, 1 ball, no strikes. If Freeman's missing anywhere, he's missing low to the outside corner. He has struck out 2 here in the game so far. 1-0, fastball, fouled back. Just got a piece of it. Count even at a ball and a strike. I don't think the Braves are on. They don't play tonight, do they?
No, they're off tonight.
Well, they've been off for 9 games.
Didn't play last night either.
No. Pitch is out. Strike called on the outside corner. 1 ball, 2 strikes. I'm not enthused with Atlanta so far.
What are they?
1-8.
1-8.
They beat your, prediction, but not by much. Swing and a foul down the third base line. They were 0-7, and then they won a game. Won handily. Swillenbach won a game 10-0. Well, he was awesome.
Well, my prediction was about that road trip to start the season.
Well, I'm looking back at that too. When some of the injuries they have, they don't have all their players there. Swing and a miss, and it's another strikeout. Rose a victim. That's strikeout number 3. And when you look at it, that's a tough road trip.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you go to San Diego for 4 and then 3 at L.A. Should have won maybe out of that. They should have won 3 of those games, though. There
were a couple of them that were 1-0 games.
Yeah,
too.
By 1 run. They lost by 1 anyway.
1 run, that's what I meant, yeah.
Here's Easton Young. And the first pitch is a ball to him. 1 ball, no strikes. They play the Phillies this week. There's a swing and a foul back out of play.
I got a text from Todd Harris. I thought he was boycotting us or wasn't, didn't like me anymore.
I thought you blocked him. Oh, no?
No,
okay.
No. He sent a pretty cool text I want to tell you about here.
Here's the 1-1 pitch. Swung on, foul back again out of play. Good cut by Young, but just missed it.
Coleman Neese was one of their top returning players from last year, and He's out for the season now with an injury as a senior, but he on Saturday committed to Chattanooga State. So when he was in the lineup, John, his on-base percentage was .750. So
unfortunately, injuries are part of the thing. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Young. The pitch just missed outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. It's really a beautiful night. If you were just sitting in the sun, you got it pretty good. But in the shade, it gets a little chilly.
Saw lots of blankets and jackets tonight.
Oh, they're baseball parents. They know. They're ready for it. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The pitch. Fastball in there for a strike, and Freeman knew it, and so did Young. Strikeout number 4 for Freeman.
And he's faced 5 batters, so that's pretty good.
I'd say that's all right, isn't it?
That Tennessee Baseball Coaches Association poll is just out. Eagleville still the number 1 team in single A. And Blackman is up to number 3 in 4A. So pretty good news.
Strike called. Well, I'll tell you who's number 1 right now. It's Patrick Freeman. The way he's throwing. No balls and a strike, 2 out, nobody on for the Red Hawks. Pitch, fastball outside. Count even at a ball and a strike. He has not fallen behind in this game like he did in the Monday game.
That's true.
Much better control.
He had several innings, but the first was one of them.
Breaking pitch, high. Now I say that, and he'll walk somebody. 2 balls and a strike.
Wind picking up a little bit.
Hunter Blanton, the catcher. The 2-1, swing and a miss. That fastball, we don't have a meter, but I'm telling you, that thing's approaching close to 90.
Got there in a hurry.
It's got a little movement in that fastball, too. It kind of starts out at the plate, then kind of rises on you a little bit.
Kind of came up, belly button high.
2-2. Swing and a miss. Turned him around, and the inning is over. 3 consecutive strikeouts to end the inning. He struck out the side. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left. We're going to the bottom of the second. Oakland 1, Stewarts Creek nothing, in State Farm Prep Baseball.
Rely on the experienced professionals at Prentice Allsup Heating and Air.
Whether it's the blazing heat of summer or the bitter cold of winter, let the Rheem Pro professionals at Prentice Allsup Heating and Air Conditioning on West College Street keep your home or business comfortable year-round. We service all major brands and in most cases offer same-day service. Call us today at 615-890-1311. Prentice Allsup Heating and Air, your Rheem Pro partner, heating and cooling contractor on West College Street, just under the Thompson Lane overpass.
Pizza. Murfreesboro's favorite pizza is now hiring at all 3 local locations. That's right. We want you to join the Sir Pizza team. Stop in at our East Main, Veterans Parkway, or Memorial Boulevard locations and let us know how you'd like to join the Sir Pizza family. Also, we've made it even easier to order for carryout or delivery. Just head on over to sirpizzatn.com.
Sir Pizza, you made me love pizza again.
I'm State Farm Agent Dana Womack, and you're listening to Prep Baseball.
Well, our good neighbor State Farm agents, along with Dana Womack, that help bring you State Farm Prep Sports on WGNS and Big G TV, include Celeste Middleton, Ron Reeves, Emerson Williams, and Andy Womack.
Well, that was kind of blunt. Like, you just kind of ended.
Well, I trailed down, and okay. Andy Womack.
Okay.
So,
well, somebody threw a ball at you for it, too. We're going to the bottom of the second.
Making friends everywhere.
John and Brian with you. I had a lot of comments lately that they like our tone in baseball better than they do in football and basketball.
Really?
We're much more relaxed. Our true personalities come out.
Well,
that's a shame.
Yeah. Surprised they like that.
You do. Well, there's no time. There's no time in football.
No,
because
not really.
Plus, you're so motivated in football. There's no. I mean, it's just like.
I come motivated
you're in a
every
zone.
game.
You're in a zone. Well, I know the motivation's there, but the zone. You're in a zone.
Action is so back and forth in basketball. It's so quick. You don't have a lot of downtime.
Oakland's bottom of the second here, leading 1-0, and Carson Pack was the batter when Griever was caught stealing or caught off guard there at first and second, and he takes a strike 0-1. 1-0 Oakland, bottom of the second. The Pats are batting.
But that throw did get a run across.
Yes.
So that was what the key was about.
There's a swing and a fly ball to the left. Oh, it's dropped. I don't know if wind's playing havoc, but that thing looked like it was just kind of doing one of these knuckleball kind of out. We'll see how they score it, since it was kind of to him, but
E7.
Gosh, you know that already? You're good.
Well, it says E1, but there's no way it's an E1. Maybe the little
well, they just called it,
there.
yeah, but it's just an error, yeah. E7 and a two-base error, and that's Chris Richardson, the batter, the left-handed hitter, and he gets a ground ball to the right side now. Got a good chance of getting Pack over to third. So Oakland trying to add to their lead. They've hit some pretty good shots on Lawson tonight so far. Ball's in the dirt. Nice stop over there by Blanton.
Well, Oakland's
One
doing
ball, no strikes.
Doing a lot of dancing around in the base paths here and trying to create confusion. That's 2 errors now in one inning, one full inning.
I will say, though, that ball was smoked.
It was. It was hit very well.
Pitch is a strike called.
I think they think Richardson has got some kind of bunt here on or something.
I wouldn't doubt that, knowing Mac Hawks. 1 ball, 1 strike. Hasn't indicated it yet. Lawson good looks into the sign from Blanton. Checks the runner at second. And now the 1-1 pitch. He did show bunt that time. Missed it. And it's 1-2. We'll see if they hold that bunt sign on with 2 strikes.
Well, Schmitz at first certainly knew it because he came charging in, and Stewart went over to cover first.
I'm thinking they called it off here with 2 strikes. Here's the pitch to the plate. Didn't need to. Now the runner, it's a pass ball or a wild pitch, and the runner's going to get to third anyway.
Well, it's a helpless feeling, Hunter Blanton. He couldn't find the ball. He turned 2 different ways.
Wild pitch, no sacrifice needed now. I think they had taken it off. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Richardson, and Avalar would be next. Nobody out here in the second. A 2-2 count. Lefty facing lefty. We're ready. And now the 2-2. Had a good cut, fly ball. Is it going to be trouble?
He caught it.
It's called made the out, and they didn't tag. But I don't know that he could actually.
No, because that was a really great throw there from Rhodes. He made that catch over in foul territory, and he had to range a long way.
But he wasn't that far away from the batter.
Correct.
The runner. So I think Mac would rather, with nobody out, take his chances on this batter, which is Elijah Avalar.
Well, and, you know, Rhodes got his chance at redemption and did a really good job of getting that ball in quick and holding the runner Pack at third.
This is a big batter for Lawson. Pitch is a strike called, a fastball at the belt. 0-1.
I think at some time soon, John, we may be able to call Todd Harris Dr. Todd Harris. If he doesn't get in trouble and stuff.
Oh, really? I don't want him operating on me.
I don't.
Oh, he's not that kind of doctor.
Maybe in that little operation game, you know, has got the red nose, and if you touch it, trying to pull the bone out.
A doctor. Will we have to call him doctor?
Probably.
Oh, no.
He'll have hats made and everything.
Is he going to change? I mean, is his personality going to change or anything? Well, we can only hope. Pitch is high. 1 ball, 1 strike. Is he listening? No, surely not.
He definitely is.
I think he'll be a fine doctor. Yeah. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, runner at third. See, that's the thing about baseball. You can make fun of people and, you know. There's another one that gets away. That was in the dirt. They're going to throw him out? Nope, he's safe. Wild pitch and a run scores. So Avalar is going to have nobody on now. And a 2-1 count. So Pack comes in to score. That was closer than it looked.
Sure was.
It didn't go that far, and of course they've got this wall here, and when the ball bounces, it comes right back to the catcher.
There's not a whole lot of room behind the plate. Like at Stewarts Creek, it looks like acres behind home plate, but not here.
2-0 Oakland. Pitch, good cut, fouled it back out of play. Count even at 2 balls, 2 strikes. 1 out, nobody on, a run is in. There was a 2-base error. There was 2 wild pitches, and that's the result. Another run for Oakland.
Well, I mean, there hasn't been a hit in this inning yet. And they still get it 1 across.
Strike 3 called, and Lawson ends the inning himself with his first strikeout. But Oakland gets a run. Well, I'm sorry, 2 away. I got excited. Here's Austin Bragg. We talked about Austin Bragg a lot the other night. He was a pinch runner. Now he's in the starting lineup tonight playing right field.
You know, that strikeout does a lot for Lawson. Maybe he can kind of settle in now, and maybe this is the start of him getting in a groove.
Bragg steps in there. Left-handed batter. Pitch, had a good cut and fouled it back out of play. Bragg, not a big guy.
What are you saying?
Well, he's just not a big guy. He's not tall. He's about my size, about my average height. No balls and a strike. Hey, his mother gave me a hot dog last Monday. I'm not going to say anything bad. Pitch into the dirt. And the count even at a ball and a strike. But Mr. Bragg, I think, really has good speed. We didn't really get a good opportunity the other night to see him. But he's in there tonight. 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 out, nobody on. The pitch. Just inside. Lawson wanted that one, didn't get the call.
I think they've called security on you for something, John.
2 balls and a strike. As long as Miss Bragg's not here, I think I'm okay. I said nice things. You're trying to twist things I'm saying. 2 balls and a strike, and it takes it down low, 3-1. Somebody's twisting my words, I just want to tell you.
You're very defensive already.
I didn't. He's not a big guy. He's not, that's all I said.
The guy standing behind you is.
Is he still there?
Uh-huh.
Okay. 3-1, swung on, pretty well hit into center field, and the catch is going to be made, and the inning is over. Well hit by Bragg, but nothing to show for it. They do get 1 run on a 2-base error and 2 wild pitches, and nobody left on. We have completed 2 now. Oakland 2, Stewarts Creek nothing here on State Farm Prep Baseball.
Craig's Tax Service at 142 Heritage Park Drive offers complete tax preparation, financial, and bookkeeping services.
This is Brandon Craig with Craig's Tax Service. We're proud to support all Rutherford County athletes.
Craig's Tax Service reminds you that it makes sense to get help with your taxes. Call 890-2233 for an appointment.
We've been serving Rutherford County since 1988.
Craig's Tax Service, 890-2233.
We're just off Memorial Boulevard at 142 Heritage Park Drive.
At Dr. Automotive in Smyrna, from oil changes to major engine and transmission repairs, we've got the cure for your car. Let's hear from customers of Dr. Automotive.
He does a good job. He lets you know what's going on and do it at a good price.
Danny does a lot in our community, so he's very involved and invested.
I recommend family, friends. Danny is spot on because he'll suggest what I need to do, and of course, I've never had an issue.
For quality care you can trust, visit Dr. Automotive in Smyrna. We've got the cure for your car.
I'm State Farm Agent Ron Reeves. You're listening to Prep Baseball.
Our game tonight on WGNS and Big G TV brought to you in part by JHA Company. That's Josh Houston and Associates, along with Little Caesars Pizza. Rayburn Insurance Agent Rick Hall, who you can hear tomorrow morning with Wayne Blair on the round table at 9. And Las Casas Feed Supply.
We're going to go to the third now, the top of the third. Preston Stewart, Hudson Smits, and Jeff Moran. The bottom of the order for Stewarts Creek. They're trailing 2-0 against Oakland. Getting ahead of myself, I'm thinking Blackman. That will be in our future.
Wednesday, we hope.
Swing and a miss. Freeman is dealing right now. 5 strikeouts, hasn't given up a hit, and only 1 contact was in the fly ball to center. Here's a high fly ball to right field. Bragg coming over, fighting the sun. Boy, that's a tough field right now. Makes the catch for out number 1.
John, that's only the second time they've had a fly ball. Otherwise, it's been a strikeout.
Here's Hudson Smits, the first baseman. Right-handed hitter steps in there. Open stance for the right-handed hitter. Freeman gets the sign and the pitch. Swung on. That got part of Trammell or the referee or somebody, I believe. I think it got him.
John, we've got on the schedule Wednesday, Blackman at Riverdale baseball. And that's our next scheduled game. And, man, is it a tight race in the district. Siegel is 6-0 in district play. Blackman 3-0. And Oakland at 2-4 in District 8 4A.
0-1 the count. Swung on and missed. Took something off, and it's 0-2 to Smits. This Riverdale game, that's a big series for Blackman. And a big series for Riverdale, you know, to kind of try to keep pace somewhat. Swing and a miss. Freeman, strikeout number 6.
Yeah, Riverdale, John, they went 0 for 3. They've only played one district series, so this is definitely a big one right now. Everybody has won at least a game, but it's both Blackman and Riverdale who've only played one series so far.
What I love about baseball is you can take a series, you sweep it, you're back in it. There's a strike called, 0-1.
Best record in District 8 4A is Blackman at 18-1.
Here's the 0-1 pitch. That's a little low, and it's a ball and a strike.
So that series, by the way, will be at Blackman tomorrow. The game we're doing is at Riverdale, and then back over at Blackman again on Thursday this week.
Pitch is outside. Oh, I had my schedule's all messed up, I think. You sent me one.
Siegel and Rockville are playing.
Do we have softball this week?
Hopefully Thursday.
Oh, okay.
But that's about the only bad weather day.
2-1 pitch, swung on, foul back.
Well, let me preface that by saying not conducive for baseball, softball. Don't really think it's going to be a bad weather day like we had last week.
Well, not from coming from you. Now you have to preface it every time.
Oh, I know.
You're like Tornado Alley over there. 2-1 pitch. Strike called. Man, that pitch has been deadly tonight. Strikeout number 7. Another 3 up, 3 down inning for Freeman. He's coasting. And we have played 2.5 going to the bottom of the third. Oakland 2, Stewarts Creek nothing on State Farm Prep Baseball.
Parks Auction. We handle everything.
The auction is a means of drawing people together for a quick, easy sale.
I've always been a big fan of auctions. You know, you get instant sale, no contingencies and everything. I've known the guys over there my entire life.
Visit our website at parksauction.com to learn more.
Hi, there, 12 and a half now.
Call Parks Auction at 896-4600. Stan Vaught and the Parks Auction team are proud supporters of local high school and MTSU sports.
Hello, this is Coy Young at Las Casas Feed Supply. We'd like to welcome you to our door.
I'm Ian Young. I'm at Las Casas Feed Supply. I'm selling beef and pork, 100% Angus, raised here in Las Casas. Come get you some.
Everyone's favorite cuts available, even options to purchase a quarter of a steer.
We got the beef. Hello, everybody. Las Casas Feed Supply.
Family owned and operated, Las Casas Feed Supply on Barlow Lane, just off Highway 96 East.
I'm State Farm Agent Andy Womack, and you're listening to Prep Baseball.
Game on WGNS and Big G TV, State Farm Prep Sports, brought to you in part by Tennessee Orthopedic Alliance. Get expert orthopedic coverage right here in Rutherford County with TOA. Live your best life. Visit TOA.com online for more information. Don't forget, we, before every game, have the countdown to first pitch, sponsored by the law offices of John Day. And at the end of the game, it's your Prentice Allsup Heating and Air postgame show.
Bottom of the third. And Oakland with a 2-0 lead. Caden Wayman's going to lead it off, play second base, and here he is in the bottom of the third.
You know, Caleb Lawson's had a little bad luck here tonight. He's only given up 2 hits, and the runs have not been scored by the hits. They came back-to-back in the first.
He needs a good inning here. The swung on, popped up right side. Could be trouble, and coming in foul. Now fair, and it's going to fall fair. Wow. They can't catch a break tonight. But it did look like it was trouble. And he was in foul territory, but the ball fell into fair territory, and it's a leadoff. I'm going to give him a hit. I don't know if they're going to score it that way, but right now we'll start with the hit. It wasn't easy. And in that sun.
It was a combination of the sun, and then that wind must be just really swirling out there.
They haven't put up anything yet.
No, and they had 2 errors, and now they only have 1.
Pitch is the throw over, a runner back. The batter is Asher Evans, who lined out to second base in the first.
They do score that in E2, John.
Oh, now they got it up.
Yeah.
Pitch is high.
What's weird is there's an error missing because the run in the first inning scored on an error, but they may have scored it a different way. I'm going to check.
Throw over and the runner's back. That's going to be an E4. The second baseman was the closest one to it. So Wayman is at first, nobody out. Chance for Oakland to add a little more here. Here's another one, same spot, but this one's deeper out into right field, and the catch is made for out number 1. So Evans flies out, and here's Carver. I'm telling you, it's a tough sun field, but not. It's really right at second baseman. In fact, you can see Wayman putting his hands over his eyes. It's pretty tough right there, but I don't know that he's got any sunglasses on either. See him out there?
He's kind of shielding his eyes right now.
That's not good, is it? But it's a tough field. There's a strike called to Carver, who doubled back in the first and scored a run.
Well, I'm unable to check that, so.
It's all right. I'll have to figure all that out at the end of it anyway, which I hate doing. 0-1, throw back over, and he's back easily. It's not a big lead for Wayman. 2-0 Oakland. We're in the bottom of the third.
Do have a congratulations to pass along today. TSSAA held their Hall of Fame induction in Murfreesboro today.
Outside.
That was over at the Student Union building at MTSU, and Chip Walters is one of the inductees.
Don't you have to be old when you get one of those?
Pretty much, yeah. So that's appropriate.
Well, that's the second guy we've made mad. There's a liner into center field. That ball's well hit, and it's going to drop in for a base hit. Stopping at second is Wayman, and Carver's 2 for 2 tonight, a double and a single. So Oakland's got something cooking. And I don't mean the Rock, it's the Pats. Braxton Griever singled his first time up. Just the meat of the order coming up too, by the way, for Oakland.
Chip has done a lot of work with TSSAA in the state championship games and things of that nature, and Spring Fling HQ, which it won't be long before we'll be talking about that.
They do a good job of that.
I think that's one of the best things that they do, honestly. I mean, it's really informative. You get all the sports in. It's pretty cool.
Pitch is high. Well, I think the best thing they ever did was hiring Matt Gillespie. But,
well,
I mean, if you don't want to mention Matt, that's okay. I'm all right with it. I mean, but
I can definitely agree with that. I mean, he's been there so long. It's just like,
it
started with him. I didn't mean it that way.
Oh, yeah, you did.
He started when he was 12.
Boy, he's very helpful. Swung on, popped up. I missed him this year in the basketball.
I know.
Of course.
First year in 21 years.
Yeah.
Still a little depressed about it.
I know. I noticed that you are.
Yeah.
1 ball, 1 strike.
He got us.
But now his wife is really super sweet. She's a good person. 1 ball, 1 strike. The pitch. Left-hander gets it in there with a swing and a miss by Griever. 1 ball, 2 strikes. We're in the third. It's 2-0 Oakland. if we keep this up, Mac Hawks may want us to come every game. I want to hear him say it too. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
I don't think you'll ever get that.
And the ball gets away. Runners are going to advance. That was in the dirt. A wild pitch. And that has plagued Caleb Lawson a little bit tonight too. And going to third is Wayman. And going to second is Carver.
Well, that's exactly how they scored the second run of the game last inning. It was 2 of them.
Stewarts Creek cannot afford to give up too many more runs here with Patrick Freeman on the mound. 2-2 pitch, swung on and missed. It's a strikeout and comes at a big time for Caleb Lawson. That's his second and brings up Will Trammell.
John, you mentioned Freeman. He's faced the minimum. So he's faced 9 batters through 3 innings and has 7 strikeouts already.
Yeah, I'd say he's doing quite well right now. There's a fastball swung on, fouled away. Lawson trying to get out of this inning. And he's down in front of Trammell, 0-1. Boy, what a big hit he had the other night. And that comeback from Oakland, that was a great game, really.
Had everything you wanted in it.
0-1 pitch. Takes a strike on the inside corner this time, and it's 0-2. Lawson 1 strike away from getting out of this thing. Runners at second and third. Boy, hit would be big for Oakland right now. Going to have to protect the plate here. They're going to, looks like they're going outside with it. Pitch is swung on, chopped to second. And the throw is going to be in time for out number 3. So he does survive. Caleb Lawson did a good job of getting out of that. And that goes 4-3 on the putout. No runs. There was 1 hit. There was an error and a wild pitch and 2 left. We've completed 3. Oakland 2, Stewarts Creek nothing on State Farm Prep Baseball.
Your home, your auto. Together, they're where life happens. I'm State Farm Agent Andy Wommel. It's smart to protect them together to help life go right. Give me a call at 615-890-0850 and let me help you save by combining your home and auto.
Each team knows which play can be the winning move. I'm good neighbor State Farm Agent Celeste Middleton, and I'd love the opportunity to talk to you about combining your home and auto insurance. Call me at 615-895-2700 and I can save you time and money.
You've heard people say, you know your work by your name, but there's no better name for residential and business concrete work than Dan France Concrete. From basic slabs to decorative stamping, for your next concrete project, call Dan France Concrete, 615-642-5152.
This is Dan with Dan France Concrete, wishing all Rutherford County student athletes a great season. Study hard, play harder, and be safe.
Trust me, Dan is committed to the community and will offer you a great product. He'll stand behind his work and make sure you're satisfied with every aspect of the work. Dan France Concrete.
I'm State Farm Agent Celeste Middleton, and you're listening to Prep Baseball.
Well, a little more about Celeste Middleton. She's one of the, she's a good State Farm agent, like all of them are here in Rutherford County. State Farm Agent Celeste Middleton's offices are at 803 North Thompson Lane near Medical Center Parkway. Phone number out there is 615-895-2700. Ready here for the 4th inning, and Patrick Freeman, John, has faced 9 batters, so he's faced the minimum, now to the top of the 4th, and has 7 strikeouts of the 9 faced.
Freeman getting a little bit late getting out there, and he's getting in his final warm-up tosses. 2-3-0 for Oakland, 0-0-2 for Blackman, for Stewarts Creek, excuse me. So that's Freeman with no hits so far. I don't guess I'm supposed to mention that, but it's a fact. And he struck out, as Brian mentioned, 7 on the day so far. Throw down to second, and we're about ready to get this one underway.
So, John, they have corrected the error that was in the first to a hit and not an error, so that's why there are 2. So the one in the second inning and then the one in the third inning.
So they had 2 hits in the first inning?
Correct.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. That's what I had, but I don't think I think I just did that on my own, really.
You know, like when Carver came home,
on the throw?
Yeah. but I don't.
Okay, all right.
I need to figure that out. That doesn't even sound like that's possible.
The pitch, strike called. 1 ball, 1 strike. Patrick Freeman, 37 pitches here going into the 4th inning. Freeman looks in, curveball in there for a strike. He's got everything working for him tonight so far. Hasn't walked anybody. 7 strikeouts. Jackson struck out in the 1st. He's behind in the count here in the 4th. The 1-2 pitch, low. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Two and two. Nobody out here in the top of the 4th for Stewarts Creek. The pitch, curveball swung on, fouled at the plate. He's still alive. Jackson fighting it off here. Fernandez would be next, then Husky. On a chilly Monday night here at Oakland High School. Freeman gets a sign. The pitch. Strike 3 called. That is the pitch that has been killing Stewarts Creek tonight. Strikeout number 8. Second strikeout for Jackson. Here's Chase Fernandez. Struck out his first time up. He's 0 for 1. Freeman hasn't even had to work from the stretch. Everything from the windup tonight because nobody's been on. There's another strike, 0-1. Husky, who's on deck, did hit a fly ball to center. That pitch is in there. They're backing off a little bit on that pitch, and it's still going in for a strike, 0-2. That's when you know things are going well for you. No balls, 2 strikes. The pitch. Swung on, foul to the screen. I remember in Brian's younger days when the ball would hit to the screen first couple of games because he did not do much. You weren't a baseball guy.
No, not really.
And you kind of ducked a little bit, and then I ducked. And I am a baseball guy, and I ducked.
Well, so
it just comes right at us now. We don't care. Boom.
Obviously, you've got the net, but when you're watching, that net kind of goes out of your vision.
Yeah, true.
You kind of look through it. So
1 ball, 2 strikes. Of course, I was hitting the head in the softball game twice. Did not go, and they asked for help, and that's what they need to do. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Fernandez.
It happened in the same softball game.
Yeah.
Same
but
kid.
It wasn't from the ball on the bat. It was from a kid trying to get it over the fence. Hit me twice. What are the odds of that?
Not in a row either. It was like, there was an inning or so in between. I think he was targeting you, actually.
I think Jeff Jordan laughed. I remember. There's a swing and a miss for the 9th strikeout. Tyler Husky, the batter. 2 out here in the 4th. Would you want to face Patrick Freeman tonight in a cold?
No.
Oh.
I mean, he's got.
But that outside pitch is working. That little curve he's got.
It took him a minute last Tuesday to get that one over at the right spot. Sometimes it's all about the umpire, too,
Here's the pitch. That ball's a little outside. 1 ball, no strikes. He hasn't been behind anybody hardly.
I'm not a very good stat person, but sure makes it easy a night like tonight on this card.
Pitch is high. 2 balls, no strikes. 2-3-0 for Oakland, 0-0-2 for Stewarts Creek. Freeman, the wind and the pitch, breaking pitch in there, 2-1. And that's when you know you've got good stuff, when you can get that pitch on, breaking pitch over when you're behind in the count, 2 balls, no strikes. Freeman wasting no time. The pitch, curveball in there, caught the inside corner, 2-2. I mean, I'm a Stewarts Creek batter tonight. I know it's got to be a helpless feeling because he's getting everything in there.
He's really, it's been an effortless outing.
No stress for sure. That's ball's outside. That's the first full count I can recall in the game. This one. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out, nobody on. We're in the 4th. Freeman gets a sign. Big pitch coming up here for Husky. 3-2. Strike 3 called on the inside corner. No debate from Husky. That is strikeout number 10, another 3 up, 3 down inning, and Oakland still leads 2-0 here in the going to the bottom of the 4th.
Market declines, unemployment, oil prices. Don't let headlines derail your long-term financial strategy. I'm Edward Jones Financial Advisor Lee Colvin. I'll work with you to help you understand the impact of short-term events and how to be positioned for the long term. We provide the tools for a disciplined approach to investing. Call 615-907-7056 for an opportunity to discuss your situation. Edward Jones, Making Sense of Investing, member SIPC.
True Blue Raider fans don't settle for just any gear. They shop at Raider Tees, specializing in Middle Tennessee apparel and accessories. No distractions, just pure Blue Raider pride. From t-shirts and hoodies to decals, stadium chairs, and exclusive designs you won't find anywhere else. We've got it all. Stop by 111 East MTCS Road right across from MTCS and gear up today. Raider Tees, bigger, better, and go blue.
I'm State Farm Agent Emerson Williams, and you're listening to Prep Baseball.
Tonight brought to you in part by Bowen's Body Shop. Dings and dents, full body work. They can handle it all from bumper to bumper. Jeff and Kyle Bowen, they'll get you done and done right. If you want a perfect job, they'll take care of it. They're on Middle Tennessee Boulevard, Bowen's Body Shop.
2-0. Oakland going to bat here in the bottom of the 4th. They left the runners at second and third in the 3rd inning. And, of course, you don't like to leave people on. Stewarts Creek would like to get somebody on base, period. All goose eggs up there for the Stewarts Creek Redhawks. Really good ball club being shut out by Patrick Freeman. Caleb Lawson going to face Carson Pack, Chris Richardson, and Avalar, the first 3 here in the 4th. Brian will be taking over duties in just a few minutes. The pitch. Strike called, 0-1.
No, John, I was just looking at a few stats. We're right at the midseason here in baseball and softball, and Blackman has Mac Bolding, Adrian Gomez, and Andrew Monson all undefeated. I mean, all 4-0, 3-0.
You know, we were talking about that the other day. I said, how did Blackman? And then I started thinking about all those young pitchers they had, and now those young pitchers are juniors and seniors, you know. 0-2 pitch, swung on, foul back. Well, when Siegel and them match up, that should be a really good matchup.
I mean, it's always a competitive district, but it's pretty jumbled up right now.
No balls, 2 strikes, the count to Pack. Reached on a 2-base error back in the 2nd. Swung on, he ripped it foul down the right field line. No balls, 2 strikes. John Dinkins, Brian Barrett with you. We'll be back Wednesday, I think. Another baseball game, and then possibly Thursday, unless something changes in that hit of Brian Barrett. Swing and a pop-up. Right side, shallow right field. And Sun not going to be a problem this time, and the catch is made by Moran out into shallow right field for round number 1. So Pack retired. And here's Richardson, flied out to left, his first time up. He's 0 for 1. He was at bat when the wild pitch had scored the run from the runner coming from third, when he was just trying to bunt. And he went to second and then to third and then scored. The pitch. Lawson, nice pitch in there for a strike, 0-1. And again, you mentioned it last inning, Lawson has pitched very well. I mean, he's more than held up his end of the bargain. No balls and a strike. Curveball in there, 0-2 to the left-handed hitter.
A lot of times it's who you're going up against, and right now it's been pretty flawless for Mr. Freeman.
It's been kind of a weird game for Stewarts Creek. A pop-up missed, a 2-base error. That was close. Trying to nip that outside corner against Richardson. Just missed. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The 1-2 pitch on the way. Swung on, chopped foul. Boy, Stewarts Creek, although they have a young history, baseball, they've been very, very good almost every year. 12-9 this year. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Swing and a miss, and Richardson goes down swinging. That's the 3rd strikeout for Lawson. And that's going to bring up now with 2 away. Elijah Avalar struck out his first time up. Right-handed hitter. And the pitch to the right-handed batter on the way. Here it is. Strike called. He's really getting in a groove now, Lawson. 2-0 Oakland here in the 4th. Pitch is high. 1 ball, 1 strike. I mean, we talk about no hits for Freeman. Lawson's only given up 3. Pitch is inside. 2 balls and a strike. 2 out, nobody on. And it's starting to get a little nippier outside as well. The pitch swung on, foul to the screen.
So I asked Brian Howard for a roster today, and when he sent it back, his email signature has, they were in the state Final Four in 2016, state runner-up in 2017, made it to spring fling in 18, sectional in 21, state tournament in 22, Final Four in 23.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive resume. Swung on, foul back.
And, of course, Oakland was really kind of, John, I think the team that put baseball on the map in Rutherford County.
Yes.
It's been very competitive since then.
Softball, too, really.
Right. 99 and 2000.
Then there was those years of Riverdale softball.
Right.
There's a pitch popped up, and Blanton runs out of real estate. Count remains 2 balls, 2 strikes. I don't know if the clock up there. Yeah, now he's working it. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out. Well,
I'm not.
It's all phases, and it takes it. Different teams have phases. We go to basketball and we talk about Riverdale's, huge advantage. Oakland boys for a long time. Blackman girls, Blackman boys. So it's been. Stewarts Creek's done the same thing in baseball. And let's not forget the run Mac Hawks had in the early 2000s.
Yeah, that may have been some of the best baseball teams.
There's a little dribbler down to third. He's going to have to hurry, and he does, to make the play. That's a nice play by Young. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. We have played 4. Going to turn things over here to BB, and we'll be back 2-0 Oakland here on State Farm Prep Baseball.
This is a paid legal ad.
You've probably heard it a million times. If you're injured, call a lawyer. And you probably haven't because you don't know how much it will cost, how long it will take, or even if you have a case. At the law offices of John Day, we provide a free initial consultation because we understand that folks don't want to pay a lawyer only to find out they don't have a case. If you think we can help, we do so on a contingency basis, which means we only get paid if you do. Seriously injured? Call me, John Day.
At Middle Tennessee Electric, we see the lines that link us all, illuminating our neighborhoods, empowering our businesses, and helping us to recharge. Because we believe in the power of good energy. Whether it comes from our grids, the sun, or a kind heart. And as your family and our region continue to grow, you can trust that we'll always be there for you. Middle Tennessee Electric, bringing good energy.
I'm State Farm Agent Dana Womack, and you're listening to Prep Baseball.
Our game tonight brought to you by Fans Heating and Air, Middle Tennessee Electric, Sir Pizza, Bowen's Body Shop. Also, Good Neighbor State Farm Agent Dana Womack, located at 805 South Church Street between Farm Credit and the Post Office. That's State Farm Agent Dana Womack, 615-900-0877. Here to take you the rest of the way, and hopefully I'll never have to come back in this one. Don't go into extra innings or anything.
Don't even talk about it.
All right. Here's Brian.
All right, Patrick Freeman back out
and has had a stellar performance here this evening. A 109 ERA, by the way, for that young fella through the season, through this weekend's game, and a strike called to Sean Rhodes. It's 4, 5, and 6 here in the Stewarts Creek fifth. 0-1 pitch, going to be a grounder to second. Wayman up, the throw to first, and got him.
Boy, that was
a little close.
Yes.
That will be a 4-3 ground out.
Do I get to use the heater now?
Easton Young.
Can you tilt it toward me? Because I
that
thought
enough?
maybe it's. Wow. Wow.
I have it like between us. I was just
I've been
joking
with you a
earlier.
long time, Brian. I just can't believe I get treated like that.
Easton Young, the batter, and takes a strike on the first pitch. And this may not be 100% correct, but I don't think he's been behind any batter tonight. This one
only had one full count.
That pitch gets away. It's 1 ball and 1 strike.
I mean, they're trying to take pitches, but he's not missing.
It's kind of what you call dialed in.
Yeah.
1-1. Breaking pitch sails low, and he falls behind 1 ball, 2 strikes.
That might have been his worst pitch of the night right there.
Well, this will be pitch number 59 coming up. Top of the fifth. That one sails a little high on that outside pitch.
Well, you jinxing him. There you go. Stewarts Creek goes, do some more, Brian. Do some more.
He takes a big, deep breath. It's a 3-1 count. And the pitch. Low, and it's going to be the first walk of the game for either pitcher. And Easton Young is the first base runner of the night.
I turn the game over to you, and this is what happens. First walk of the game by either pitcher. You even said it yourself.
Well, you know, when Brian Howard slips you a 20.
Tighten it
I'm
up.
Just kidding.
Tighten it up.
Just kidding. 2-0 Oakland. And the first base runner here through 4 1/3. This pitch sails high.
But Blanton, he looks like a catcher, doesn't he? I mean, those big thighs, and I mean, he's huge.
He has definitely got that catcher's build for sure. 1 ball, no strikes to Blanton. First batter fell behind here, and this one's high.
He's just missing a little. What he has been doing, he's been just right on with it. But this one, just missing a hair.
Little action over in the Oakland bullpen, too.
First base runner.
The 2-0 on the way. Boy, that one was close. And it's now 3-0. Now Freeman a little flustered with himself.
Either that or he's flustered at the umpire, one of the two.
Could be.
That one looked pretty good.
They've been friends most of the night. 3-0 on the way. Sails high. And back-to-back walks now.
What I think has happened, though, some of the pitches are the same that he got strikes called earlier, and now they're not. So back-to-back walks.
This is going to bring out some conversation on the mound here.
Well, don't worry, because I've got time to talk about our friends over at Ideas Tees.
Haven't been by. I've been meaning to, but last week was crazy. I'm going to get by there and their new location.
Well, Ideas Tees is the place.
The place, like THE, right?
In Rutherford County for school spirit wear, screen printing, embroidery, specialty items, and more. And they've moved. That's right. You can now find them at their new location at 111 East MTCS Road, right across from MTCS. Stop by and shop their officially licensed MTSU Blue Raider merchandise from Raider Tees, including tees, polos, hats, and more. Ideas Tees can put your logo on just about anything. Visit them today, and they're working. I mean, they're moving, but they're still there. They're working. And see how they can help promote your favorite team, workplace, or organization. Remember, now located at 111 East MTCS Road, right across from Middle Tennessee Christian School. Learn more at ideastees.com.
I did notice, saw a picture on Raider Tees on their Facebook page of the way the showroom is laid out. Looks very nice. I'm sure Amy had most of the doings with that.
First real jam that he's been in here now, and got to remember now, the score is only 2-0.
Exactly. And Preston Stewart, the second baseman for Stewarts Creek, the batter. Oh, my goodness. Pitch gets by, and it's going to be a two-base wild pitch.
Well, he heaved that one, and it sailed over the head of Trammell, trying to do a little too much there, I think. Runners at second and third, and they thought they had him at third, but no sirree, Bob.
So Easton Young is at third, Blanton at second, and Preston Stewart with a 1-0 count.
I didn't check. I wonder if there's a runner for Blanton. Did you check?
I didn't.
That looks like him out there, I think.
Line blocked by umpire, pitcher. That is him out there.
That pitch is dropping a little low, the one that he was hitting those corners with.
That's Malachi Altman, I believe, running out there, number 32, if I saw that right. So 2-0, and now Trammell flashing the sign, but Freeman shakes off a couple, now finds the one he wants. And the 2-0, got the strike on the outer half. So again, Altman running. He's at second, running for Blanton. Counts 2-1. If you're an Oakland fan, you want it to be 2-2 here. Let's see. Swung on, lined into center field, and it's going to be snagged by Richardson. And runners, it's going to be a double play.
That was a great catch by Richardson and got it in a hurry.
So he got it in, made the catch, and then they catch Blanton off. And out of the jam is Patrick Freeman. No runs, no hits, no errors. There were 2 walks and 1 left after the double play erased the second baseman. Let's move along here to the bottom of the 5th. Your score remains Oakland 2, Stewarts Creek nothing. State Farm Prep Sports.
Hurry up and try new Little Caesars Crazy Puffs. They're 4 fun-sized puffs packed with layers of pepperoni, cheese, and sauce, and only $3.99. So what are you waiting for? Try them now.
You heard him. We need to go try these new Little Caesars Crazy Puffs right now.
Stop it! Drive like the wind, Debbie. Enjoy delicious new Crazy Puffs on the go for just $3.99. Only at Little Caesars.
Pizza.
It's not just a home or a car. I'm State Farm Agent Dana Womack. We see your home and car as the time and memories you put into them. Give me a call at 615-900-0877 and let me help you give them the protection they deserve.
So what if your roommate decides to microwave a metal mixing bowl and set your apartment on fire? I'm State Farm Agent Ron Reeves. Auto, renters, frankly, any kind of insurance. I've got your back. Call me at 615-873-1700. I'm State Farm Agent Ron Reeves. You're listening to Prep Baseball.
We go to the bottom of the 5th, and as we do, we want to tell you that tonight's game is brought to you by Sir Pizza, Winners Trophies, and First National Bank of Middle Tennessee. And you can watch this game on Big G TV. I suggest YouTube. Brian has other options, but
YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. But subscribe to that YouTube channel. You'll get lots of selection of sports and talk shows. Did you hear that the cast of Happy Days is going to get together for a reunion? 50 years since that's been on the air.
Wow. Where are they going to be at? Comic-Con or somewhere?
They got reunited at Steel City Comic-Con in Pittsburgh over the weekend. Well, here we go.
Kind of brought that up. Kind of weird.
Well, it just popped up on my Facebook feed, and I thought that was neat. I remember Happy Days.
Nicky Burdine just popped up on my feed.
Uh-oh. Austin Bragg, 0 for 1 today. A fly out to center field. And the first pitch in for a strike from Caleb Lawson.
Bragg smoked one to center field his first time up. Is it Bragg? Yeah.
Yep.
It's Bragg, then Caden Wayman, and top of the order Asher Evans for Oakland. And another strike across on the outside corner. I mean, this has been a very good outing for Caleb Lawson. He's only given up 3 hits. 2 errors really hurt. This one going to be popped up left side. And there is some stirring down in the Oakland bullpen. Count is 0-2 to Bragg, left-handed batter. The pitch from Lawson. Ooh, he had to back out of there quick.
Austin saw his life flash in front of him there for a minute.
I kind of felt for him.
I'm not sure the bullpen is, I think that they may be warming up. This is a non-district game, so
right.
They may want to save Freeman. Curveball.
That one's in there for a strike. Catcher kept it in the mitt. Blanton.
Perfect sequence there, Brian. He pushed him, backed him off of the plate with a fastball, then threw the hook and got him fishing.
4th strikeout on the afternoon for Lawson to bring Caden Wayman up. Two runs, 3 hits, no errors for Oakland. No runs, no hits, 2 errors for Stewarts Creek. And first pitch popped up Wayman right side, and over to make that grab is Stewart from second. Called off Moran out there. So a fly out to right field will put 2 away on the board. We go to the top of the order, and Asher Evans. I was able, thanks to Cecil Joyce, to find a few stats on these teams. Asher hitting .333 with 12 RBI, 5 doubles, a triple, a home run, and 17 runs scored on the year so far. Fouls this one back.
Evans in the game Monday night, I think, had 3 walks.
Actually scored a run in the first, I think. And an interesting stat line that night. In the hole 0-1, this pitch way outside. Nice snag by Blanton.
In fact, it might be wrong. He may have walked 4 times. I know
it was 3.
I know he never hit the ball anywhere.
He certainly can, being the leadoff batter. The pitch in the dirt, or turf, I should say. That looks like dirt.
It doesn't matter.
Turf, dirt. I really love the striped pattern here on the infield. It looks nice. This pitch high and outside. And suddenly a few balls thrown by Caleb Lawson, and Asher Evans may sneak out another walk here. We'll see. He's 0 for 2 today. The pitch swung on, lined into right field. Pretty well hit. Moran is back and makes an effortless snag out there. And for Caleb Lawson, it's a 3-up, 3-down 5th inning. So we have completed 5, and your score remains Oakland 2, Stewarts Creek nothing. Going to the 6th when we come back. State Farm Prep Sports.
Rely on the experienced professionals at Prentice Allsup Heating and Air.
If your old unit needs a tune-up, the professionals at Prentice Allsup Heating and Air service all major brands and even offer same-day service in most cases. Keep your home or business comfortable year-round. Call us today at 615-890-1311. Prentice Allsup Heating and Air, your Ring Pro partner heating and cooling contractor on West College Street, just under the Thompson Lane overpass. Online at PrenticeAllsup.com.
Craig's Tax Service.
We perform tax preparation, individual tax returns, corporations, partnerships, and all your payroll bookkeeping needs.
Brett Craig with Craig's Tax Service.
Craig's Tax Service is located just off Memorial on Heritage Park Drive. You can contact us at 890-2233.
It makes sense to get help with your taxes. Call 890-2233 for an appointment.
We are proud to support all Rutherford County student athletes.
Craig's Tax Service, 890-2233.
I'm State Farm Agent Andy Womack, and you're listening to Prep Baseball.
State Farm Prep Sports on News Radio WGNS and Big G TV as we get a new pitcher on the mound here for Oakland. Brought to you in part by the law offices of John Day, Rick's Barbecue, Edward Jones Financial Advisor Lee Colvin. I hope Lee's doing okay. I haven't seen him in a while. And Prentice Allsup Heating and Air.
Well, your new pitcher is Elijah Avalar.
Okay, so he was. Stephen Banaski's in right field as Avalar comes in to pitch.
So, is it, yeah, Stephen, number 14. So there are your defensive changes. Banaski in for Avalar, who was playing left, now on the mound. So Freeman's day is done after pitching 5 complete innings. No runs, no hits, 2 walks, and 10 strikeouts. Pretty good day at the office.
Certainly is.
Warm-ups completed here, just about. One more pitch and throw down to second. And your batter is going to be Hudson Schmitz. Hudson on the season coming into this game, batting .298 with 10 doubles, a home run, and 12 ribbies. It's the bottom of the order, 7, 8, and 9. I'm sorry, 8, 9, and 10. 8, 9, and 1. Where did that come from?
I don't know. It's where your mind works. Probably too much tornado watching.
15 hours is what we logged over 4 days, I guess.
I was with you the whole way, buddy.
Glad things worked out the way they did for us. First pitch swung on and lined into deep left field, and this is going to be foul over the fence, but foul. Deepest part of the left field park there. So Schmitz.
He was doing one of those Carlton Fisk,
Yep.
Stay fair, stay fair.
It actually went over the fence right where the chain link and the outfield wall come together out there. So it should be 0-1 the count. The pitch, swing and a miss.
That was a good change up there. Outside, kept the ball outside on Schmitz.
Avalar with the sign from Tremmel. And he kicks and fires. This one sails high and inside. And it's a 1-2 count. Blackman Riverdale baseball for you on Wednesday. See what Thursday holds for us. 1-2, got him swinging. Took a little something off there that time. First strikeout for Avalar. Let's see. 17 batters faced and 11 strikeouts from the Oakland pitching staff. Jeff Moran, the batter, he's the right fielder for the Red Hawks. And the pitch, chopper to third. Griever up with it. Long throw across the diamond for the second out of the inning. You got to have a pretty good arm to play third to get it across as fast as he did.
One thing that's great about third, you've got a lot of time because he's the closest one to the batter, and you do have time to throw. The shortstop to me is the hardest throw.
Yeah. Got to have a lot of range.
But you do have to have a good arm.
Here's going to be a chopper back over the mound deep. Here's the shortstop. Evans makes the throw. Got him. What a play. We were just talking about it. And Evans comes up with a gem. So it's going to be a ground out deep in the hole to the shortstop, and it's another 1-2-3 inning for the Oakland defense. No runs, no hits, no one left on. Let's move along. Bottom of the 6th coming up. Still Oakland 2, Stewarts Creek nothing. State Farm Prep Sports.
We're at Rick's Barbecue on Warrior Drive, talking with Anne-Marie Brents.
When people walk in and they're like, tell me what's good, I usually tell them the loaded baked potato, which is a fully loaded potato with the butter, sour cream, cheese, bacon, and chives, and then we put meat on top of it.
At Rick's, they use the largest potatoes you can find.
Every Tuesday we run a special on the loaded potatoes. We call it Tater Tuesday, and we sell a lot of potatoes.
Barbecue, smoked chicken, ribs, they've got it all at Rick's Barbecue, 212 Warrior Drive, and online at ricksbbq.com.
Renters, when you combine State Farm auto and renter's insurance, you save an average of $642. I'm State Farm agent Emerson Williams, and I'm ready to help you combine auto and renter's insurance and save. Call me at 615-459-2683.
Your ride, your stuff. You live with them together. I'm State Farm Agent Andy Wommel. It's smart to protect them together, to help life go right. Give me a call at 615-890-0850 and let me help you save by combining your auto and renters.
I'm State Farm Agent Celeste Middleton, and you're listening to Prep Baseball.
State Farm Prep Sports on News Radio WGNS and Big G TV. Brought to you in part by Good Neighbor State Farm Agent Andy Womack, located at 1535 West Northfield Boulevard near the Ford dealer. State Farm Agent Andy Womack, 615-890-0850.
John, Eagleville softball was supposed to play tonight, but their game at home got nixed because of the weather. Contacted Mac Hawks earlier today, and he said, I really need to see what the outfield is going to look like. And got good drainage here. He texted me back about 12:30 and said we were good to go for tonight. So it certainly helps to not have to worry about the infield too with the turf. It's going to be Andrew Carver to lead it off here.
I don't know that you all got as much rain on this end of the town as we did on the
south end.
Because
definitely.
It didn't appear that way. Now there was a lot of rain above you, like Lebanon, Smyrna, and Laverne. Yeah.
Had about 2 inches at my house, almost 4 in Christiana area and in Smyrna. First pitch a bit high to Andrew Carver, batting .393 on the season. 5 doubles, a couple of homers, and 12 runs scored.
Of course, you couldn't work on the field yesterday.
No.
So that you had to keep the tarp on. So outfield probably was wet at Eagleville, I would think.
Probably. Strike called on the inner half. It's 1-1 to Carver. It's Carver, Griever, Trammell, 2, 3, and 4 due up here in the Oakland 6th. Bottom of the 6th inning, Oakland leading 2-0 here. This is the 75th pitch for Mr. Lawson, and this one outside. The umpire gets some help from Mr. Griever, running down the loose ball. Sun has kind of fully set here this evening. A little twilight, but it's more dark than it is twilight.
It's considerably warmer when I move to my right.
This pitch sails high and outside to Mr. Carver.
I think that's kind of selfish of you, really.
It's pointed more toward you than it is me. Get your own heater.
Look, there's my hand right there. There's where I feel the heat right there. Almost touching your leg.
Here's a pitch popped up. Is it going to be playable? No, it's going to be out of the field of play. Let's see. I thought there was.
Oh, don't worry about it now.
Oh, I'm not really worried. I'm just
going to move it like that.
You come dressed to be at a chilly game.
I am dressed.
3 balls, 2 strikes in the pitch from Lawson downstairs, and it's going to be Lawson's first walk issued of the game.
There is activity in the Stewarts Creek bullpen.
Yeah, he's just 2 away from 80. Braxton Griever, the batter, he singled and has struck out. And Coach Howard is making his way to the mound. I'm not sure if this is a change or.
I believe we're going to have, I think we are going to have a change.
Yep, he's looking to the bullpen there. Well, as we get in our pitching change here, it is the Ideas Tees call to the bullpen. Ideas Tees, don't forget, they've moved 111. 111 East MTCS Road. That is right across from Middle Tennessee Christian School. They've got officially licensed Blue Raider merchandise at Raider Tees and Ideas Tees. They can put your school logo, school spirit wear, screen printing, any embroidery you need for business, specialty items, they've got it at their new location, 111 East MTCS Road, ideastees.com and raidertees.com. And it looks like our new pitcher here is going to be Tyler Sally. So we'll come back after this pitching change on State Farm Prep Sports. Oakland up 2-0.
Since 1966, Fans Heating and Air has been a symbol of quality for Murfreesboro and Rutherford County. For friendly, complete service on Amana, Bryant, or American Standard Heating and Air products, Fans Heating and Air will do it all. Fans specializes in new homes, custom homes, or existing buildings. Give Fans Heating and Air a call today, 615-893-7930. Good luck to all of our schools and student athletes from Fans Heating and Air.
Middle Tennessee Christian School, training for eternity.
The large majority of our kids are involved in athletics or extracurricular activities, one or the other, and most are doing multiple activities.
MTCS President Matt Tiller.
And that's a great preparation for life. How many of us in our life are just doing one thing? So a well-rounded student is a huge deal.
Invest in your child's future in a Christ-centered environment with many athletic and extracurricular choices.
Without a doubt, our students have the opportunity to be involved in multiple activities.
To find out more, visit mtcscougars.org.
I'm State Farm Agent Emerson Williams, and you're listening to Prep Baseball.
Our game tonight brought to you by Ideas Tees, Dan France Concrete, Jennings and Ayers Funeral Home, and Middle Tennessee Christian School.
So 5 1/3 innings for Mr. Lawson. 3 hits given up, 1 walk, and 4 strikeouts. But Carver at first belongs to the ledger of Mr. Lawson. Tyler Sally, the new pitcher for the Red Hawks. Here's the first pitch from the side armor, and it's in for a strike across. Braxton Griever has singled and struck out. Sallee. You spelled the Tyler's last name. 0-1. Here comes the pitch on the way. Swung on, fouled away. 2-0 here. Not a lot of action on the Jennings and Ayers Funeral Home scoreboard tonight, but I will remind you, wgnsradio.com/scoreboard. Scoreboard powered by Coach T. You can see all of the local games for spring sports. Even some men's soccer and flag football scores, all of that on there. This pitch going to be foul tipped. Mr. Trammell came over and tried to offer help. Very nice young man. Got to meet him last week. 0-2 to Griever. Check of the runner. Here's the pitch. Swung on, fouled away right side.
Great. Congratulations, by the way, to the Rockville boys soccer team who finished first in that tournament down in Alabama, Gulf Shores.
What a tough assignment.
Well, I mean, they had to play.
Yeah. What did they do the rest of the time? Play.
Well, they won.
Yeah, that's true. Here's going to be a chopper to the mound. Sally throws to second, but not in time to turn the DP there.
1-4 on the put out.
So they get the leadoff runner, and Griever on with the fielder's choice. As John said, goes 1-3. And now Trammell, who has popped up to first and grounded to second. 0-2 on the afternoon, steps in. Oakland leads 2-0.
Well, the last chance coming up for Stewarts Creek. We're going to look ahead here just a second, see after this pitch.
Sally going to check the runner at first. And now a throw over. And back safely there is Griever.
2, 3, 4 hitters coming up, due up for Stewarts Creek in the 7th. Fernandez, Husky, and Rhodes.
It's definitely a pretty big part of the lineup, the part you want in. And they'll face a new pitcher, Avalar, who came in in the top of the 6th. First pitch is in for a strike, and sliding in safely down at second is Griever. There wasn't even a throw down. Ball kind of got away from Blanton.
Popped out of his glove.
So it's 0-1 to Will Trammell. Now Sally peeks at second. The pitch just a bit inside.
Trying to lay one down on Sally. Lay down.
I got it.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. You get paid for this?
Well, yeah, not much. But
Isn't that the truth? 1 ball and 1 strike. Pitch on the way, swing and a miss. And now 2 strikes on the board.
Comes a little sidearm, doesn't he? A little 3/4.
It's got to be an interesting pitch to see after you've faced a different pitcher in Lawson. Got that one across for a swinging strike.
Beautiful.
And the first strikeout for Sally. And the 5th for the pitching staff. So with Carver out at first, the line is complete for Lawson. 2 runs, 3 hits, a strikeout, and a walk in 5 1/3. Pitch on the way, high and tight.
Well, he's still got a runner out at second, so.
Yeah, but that is Griever. Because Carver was the one who got on the walk. Wouldn't that still be? Does it follow the runner or the batter?
Yeah, I think the runner, but.
Okay. Pitch is outside for a ball. 2 balls, no strikes. Carson Pack. He scored the last run Oakland has scored. Got on an error, and 2 wild pitches get him across.
You know, that error was probably the best hit ball of the game.
Yeah, you may be right.
It was smoked.
It's 3-0, and he's probably going to take one here from Tyler Sally. It's on the way. Got it in there for a strike. May indeed take another one. I don't know. We'll see. It's on the way. And it is a strike inside. He offered it that one, and John, that looked like it was coming right into the honey hole and then dropped off. So it's a full count now, and Sally has battled back here. And this pitch, I think that hit him. It's a walk or a hit batter, but I think it hit him. I was kind of screened away from that.
I think he walked. I think it was a walk.
So it's the second walk of the inning, and the first one given up here by Sally. So there are 2 on for Chris Richardson. There are 2 out. First pitch is a ball, 1-0.
See if Richardson tries to take him the other way. He's trying to hit that outside corner.
And he pops it left side and foul. If he can get one out into right field, might get another insurance run across here for Oakland.
If he gets it out in left center, he will. There's miles of real estate out there.
1 ball and 1 strike the count. The pitch, hard liner foul down the left field side.
That was the pitch right there.
Richardson has flied out and struck out on the afternoon. For Stewarts Creek, they don't want to give up any more runs. They already have a 2-run deficit here. This pitch way outside.
So far, he stayed outside on him. See if he throws one inside.
It's 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out, 2 on. Deuces wild. This one going to be chopped right in front of Blanton and throws a high one over to Schmitz, who comes down with it, though. And that will go 1-3 on the putout. So that will end the Oakland threat here in the 6th. No runs, no hits. There were 2 walks and 2 big Patriots left on. Well, we go to the 7th. It's do or die time here for the Redhawks as they trail Oakland 2-0. State Farm Prep Sports.
Dr. Russell McKissick of Tennessee Orthopedic Alliance talks about the grassroots effort at our local schools to ensure proper care for players.
To make sure our teams are covered here locally, be there for our trainers. Yeah, it's a passion that we have to try to take care of our athletes here in town and be there just to keep everybody playing as healthy and as best they can.
From a community standpoint, one of the most important things you do at TOA, I'd guess.
I think it's definitely a way to pay back to our community, just to be there for them and watch some great sports too.
Tennessee Orthopedic Alliance, TOA, live your best life.
This is a paid legal ad.
Hi, this is John Day of the Law Offices of John Day. For more than 30 years, my team and I have worked hard to help injured people throughout Middle Tennessee. Over that time, we've helped thousands of people get the legal help they need when they've needed it the most. And if we're not able to help or aren't the right lawyer for you, we'll do the best to point you in the right direction. If you've been injured, call the Law Offices of John Day for a free consultation. And remember, there's no fee unless we win your case.
I'm State Farm Agent Dana Womack, and you're listening to Prep Baseball.
State Farm Prep Sports on News Radio WGNS and Big GTV is brought to you in part by good neighbor State Farm Agent Ron Reeves, a Rutherford County resident with an office in Brentwood. State Farm Agent Ron Reeves, 615-873-1700. He can bring some of the best pizza in town, too.
He knows your favorite spots.
Yes.
Well, it's Chase Fernandez, Tyler Husky, and Sean Rhodes here in the top of the 7th. Exactly who you want if you're Stewarts Creek, trailing 2-0 here on the road at Oakland, facing Elijah Avalar. First pitch, little tapper to short. And it's Evans up with it. The throw across and pull him off the bag. So a good start for the Redhawks here. It was fairly deep, too.
A little bit of hesitation there, but I don't know if the throw was that bad. But I think he had it beat anyway, so I'm going to give him a hit.
He did kind of bobble.
Let's see what they do. No, maybe not.
He kind of bobbled it in the air.
We'll see what they score that. I don't know if they get him on a good throw.
Well, and the batter now is Husky. And it's honestly, this is a pretty big decision because it would be the first hit of the game. Pitch, change up, just lofts across for a strike called. Husky hitting .298, 3 doubles, 4 triples, a homer, and 14 driven in. He'd love to drive in one right here. Didn't get to tell you about Fernandez either. Breaking pitch inside. Fernandez, 352 with 3 doubles, 2 homers, and 15 driven in on the season for Mr. Fernandez. He's at first. This pitch sails outside. They're going to score that a hit, too, by the way. Saw that flash up. It wasn't an easy decision there.
I just think even the throw, I don't think the throw would have gotten him.
Right. This one way high. And that puts the tying run at first. Fernandez goes to second. First walk for Avalar and just the third of the game for the Oakland staff.
Things are starting to get a little iffy now for the Oakland Patriots.
I see someone that looks like they were walking out of the bullpen, but they had already made it almost to the dugout, so I'm not sure if warming anybody up or have been. Just peeked down there. It's empty now.
I'll give Fernandez one thing. He was scooting it down that line.
Well, the batter is Sean Rhodes. Struck out and grounded out today, but he's hitting .333 with 4 doubles, a triple, 10 driven in, and 1 home run on the season.
And Mac Hawks is out to talk with Avalar. I don't think this is to take him out. I think it's just conversation on how they want to pitch to Sean Rhodes here. Boy, Oakland has found themselves in some nail biters this season.
Yeah, they were cruising along, but this inning, a hit and a walk and nobody out. And I'm not sure exactly what they want to do, Stewarts Creek wants to do with Rhodes. Might want to bunt, but he is your number 4 hitter. He's a cleanup hitter, so I don't know if they want to give up that bat to sacrifice.
Well, we'll see here shortly as Avalar comes set. Of course, the dugouts get loud too here. And now Avalar steps off.
He's the go-ahead run there.
Sure is. At home plate. Tying run is at first. And Avalar readies again. The pitch. He is showing bunt. Bunts it foul, however. We'll see if that is a trend that continues here. Nobody out, 2 on. Stewarts Creek down 2-0 to Oakland here, top of the 7th. A sign from Trammell. The pitch. It is a ball, and Avalar not happy, and Will tried to help the umpire out by holding it up there, but didn't get the call. It's 1-1. The pitch on the way. Showed bunt that time. It went high. So the count is 2 balls and a strike to Sean Rhodes. Some 7th inning drama here at Oakland tonight. Pitch on the way. Bunts it down the first base line. And it's going to be a nice one. Carver with Wayman covering, but that's going to advance the runners to 2nd and 3rd. So now that puts the tying run in scoring position.
Well, that was a nice bunt. Laid it down to the right side, made the first baseman make the catch, and he threw it nicely to the second baseman. But you get those runners over, that's huge. And you've got your number 5 hitter, Eason Young, who has struck out and walked.
And Mac Hawks is back out there, so the second trip to the mound for him. So there is going to be another pitching change here for the Oakland Patriots. And we're going to take a break. Your Ideas Tees call to the bullpen. Don't forget, they're in their brand new location, 111 East MTCS Road. Raider Tees and Ideas Tees. We'll be right back. Tell you who the new pitcher is for the Oakland Patriots as we continue. They're clinging now to a 2-0 lead. State Farm Prep Sports.
Quick, convenient, efficient. 3 words that we all hope to experience when we do business. Our goal at JHA Company is to bring just that to an industry that's traditionally dictated to the customer when it's time to do business. Whether you're purchasing class pictures in a yearbook, class jewelry, a letter jacket, school spirit wear, or senior graduation products, we strive to make the experience quick, convenient, and efficient. Find out more at jhacompany.com. JHA, your one source for an unparalleled scholastic experience.
For 150 years, First National Bank of Middle Tennessee has been dedicated to the students and families in the communities we serve. Hi, I'm Ryan Savage, Assistant Vice President. We understand the challenges of managing your family's finances. At First National Bank, your family is our family. Visit us at our Gateway or Memorial Boulevard offices here in Murfreesboro and always online at fnbmt.com.
First National Bank of Middle Tennessee. We show up for you.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS 401715.
I'm State Farm Agent Ron Reeves. You're listening to Prep Baseball.
We're back, and your new pitcher is number 10. And, of course, that is Asher Evans. He's moving over from short. And taking his place at short is Patrick Freeman. And Avalar goes back to left field. So that's your defensive changes here, as Oakland has a 2-0 lead here in the top of the 7th. And that takes us to Easton Young. There's only one out here, so Stewarts Creek trying to get back in it here.
Well, Oakland, they'll take the out. They'll give the run. They just want to keep that runner at second or at least get the out.
So runners at second and third. Here's the first pitch from Evans, in for a strike on that outside corner. Third pitcher in the game for the Oakland Patriots. So it's 1 1/3 for Avalar. That's a strike called outside as well.
I don't think there's anything cute. Evans is throwing smoke.
Yeah.
So here it is. Hit me if you can.
So Evans in the hole here, 0-2, and he rears back. The pitch on the way. Fouled this one out, or fouled this one away. Just kind of poked the bat out there because Asher is trying to just ride that outside corner a little bit. Pitch on the way, outside. Threw it so hard he lost his hat. So 1 ball, 2 strikes to Easton Young. Hunter Blanton, the catcher, would be next for Stewarts Creek. Fernandez started all this off with a single, followed by a walk, then a sacrifice to move him into scoring position. 1-2, fouled back again. Asher kind of did the same thing last Tuesday when we saw them against Rockvale. I don't know, he took like 14 pitches. Another 1-2. Ooh, way inside and high. That's a brushback pitch if I've ever seen one. Easton Young.
Yeah, he'll probably go back now toward the outside corner.
It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Easton Young digs in, and the pitch on the way. He did go outside. Ball's going to get away, and the play at the plate, safe! And a run scores. It's 2-1. Fernandez sneaks across. Oh, he was out. He missed the bag. Wow. Coach Howard, they appealed. And the umpire playing or in the outfield.
Well, Young struck out. That's one thing. He struck out because he swung at that pitch. And then he got back. Then he got out. So he came on that pitch when it rolled off the catcher's mitt. But I believe, yeah, Young's going to the dugout.
Well, Coach Howard is certainly pleading his case. Now, the umpire who they appealed to is not even close to Coach Howard.
I'm not sure about the play at the plate. I just thought that was, it looked safe. I don't know what they're arguing about. I don't know that he missed. He slid across the plate.
Well, I heard somebody scream, tag him.
Yeah.
So that's what makes me think that it's about this, and they haven't put the run up either. So I'm kind of thinking that that's what it's about, but I don't know. And now Coach Ben Bowers is going to talk to the other umpire, and Brian is not happy. And now Coach Bowers is talking to the other official here.
Regardless, there should be 2 out because Young swung. And they've got Blanton up.
Right.
2 out.
There are 2 out.
But I'm thinking.
But they haven't changed the score yet.
That would be the 3rd out if they tagged him. I mean, if he didn't cross the plate, that would have been the 3rd out. So.
Well, we're trying to determine. They haven't put the run on the board just yet.
Scream cuss words. Stop. You're grown up. Knock it off.
And the official now getting on to some of the crowd here.
Yeah, they're going to need a clarification because the scorekeeper doesn't know.
Well, Game Changer has 2-1. The scoreboard doesn't, but Game Changer does, so we'll go with
Well, I'm
that.
talking about the number of outs.
There are 2 out, according to Game Changer. So it was about the strikeout, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, now they change it.
It's a 1-0 count, and here's a chopper down third, and it's foul by Hunter Blanton. So
that run did score.
Fernandez did score,
And
the tying run is at third.
now they're saying the ball got by, and he didn't throw to first to get the runner out, and I think that's the argument, and
Okay.
I agree with that.
Pitch in the dirt. Well, it was.
That's what they were arguing about, the
was-
fact that he didn't throw to first.
Yep. There were a lot of things that happened there, and the one thing I heard was tag out, so I thought it could be that or the throw to first. But it was a strikeout throw-out situation there. Pitch low, and it's 3-1. But obviously there was no throw made to first. So
Not that I saw.
Right. So
well, he
they're
couldn't
saying he
have thrown to first because it popped out of his glove and they went to the plate.
Right. But I guess the argument is, did he make the grab and then it pop out of his glove? Pitch low, and it's a walk. It's probably as clear as mud, so that is the second walk of the inning. And the first one for Asher Evans. So Evans with a strikeout, now a walk. There are 2 out, top of the 7th. It's 2-1. Tying run at third. Go-ahead run at first for Preston Stewart, the second baseman. He's flied out to right field. And then a fly out by Richardson. And he got it in to the shortstop for a double play back in the 5th. So Preston Stewart, your batter. First pitch from Evans, high. It's 2-1. Oakland scored 1 run in the first, another in the second, and then Stewart's Creek just put one on. Here's a chopper to short. Going to flip it over to second, and your ball game's over. So the ground out to shortstop ends this ball game with a 2-1 final. A little 7th inning drama here for us. But game is in the books. 2-1. Oakland Patriots over the Stewarts Creek Redhawks. Coming up, it's your Prentice Allsup Heating and Air post-game show. That's next here on State Farm Prep Sports.
Insurance should be simple, not complicated. That's why at Rayburn Insurance, Agent Rick Hull cuts through the jargon and helps you understand your options clearly. He's committed to finding the right coverage that fits your unique needs and budget. Their team has been a trusted partner in the community since 1973. Ready to make insurance easy? Get with Rick Hall at Rayburn Insurance Agency. He's ready to help you get the protection you deserve.
Rely on the experienced professionals at Prentice Allsup Heating and Air.
Whether it's the blazing heat of summer or the bitter cold of winter, let the Rheem Pro professionals at Prentice Allsup Heating and Air Conditioning on West College Street keep your home or business comfortable year-round. We service all major brands and in most cases offer same-day service. Call us today at 615-890-1311. Prentice Allsup Heating and Air, your Rheem Pro partner heating and cooling contractor on West College Street, just under the Thompson Lane overpass.
Pizza. You can now order Murfreesboro's favorite pizza online at sirpizzatn.com. We've made ordering online a breeze. From sirpizzatn.com, tap on the location nearest you and begin your order for carryout or delivery. You can order the Royal Feast, create your own, spaghetti, calzones, everything right from our online portal at sirpizzatn.com.
Sir Pizza, you made me love pizza again.
Craig's Tax Service.
We perform tax preparation, individual tax returns, corporations, partnerships, and all your payroll bookkeeping needs.
Brandon Craig with Craig's Tax Service.
We fulfill all your tax preparation needs from individual returns to corporations and handle any of those scary letters you may get from the IRS.
Craig's Tax Service at 142 Heritage Park Drive. Call 890-2233 for an appointment.
We're proud to support all Rutherford County athletes.
Craig's Tax Service, 890-2233.
I'm State Farm Agent Andy Womack, and you're listening to Prep Baseball.
Welcome back to Oakland High School, Blackhawks Field, Jack Jolly Stadium. As the Oakland Patriots notch another win here, and this one over in-county rival in a non-district game, Stewarts Creek 2-1, your final score. And again, it's your Prentice Allsup Heating and Air post-game show. Prentice Allsup Heating and Air, whether it's heating or cooling, they service all major brands and often provide same-day service. Their team of Rheem Pro professionals, they're dedicated to keeping your home or business comfortable year-round. 890-1311 is their phone number. You can also go to PrenticeAllsup.com to schedule your service today. Prentice Allsup Heating and Air, trusted comfort on West College Street. John Dinkins joins me here for the post-game show, and another entertaining game.
Yeah, it was, and a real nip-and-tuck game right to the end. And like I said, the last three outs are always the hardest, but Oakland prevailed with a 2-1 win.
Well, let's talk about our Dr. Automotive players of the game. A lot of places we could probably go with this. Nice outing for Patrick Freeman on the mound for Oakland, and I thought Lawson had a good outing as well from your pitching staff. And in a low-scoring game, not a lot of runs scored. So what are your thoughts?
I'm going to go with Patrick Freeman for Oakland. He pitched a no-hitter for 5 innings, struck out 10, walked only 2, and that's what kind of got him out of the game. But a great performance and just kind of set the tone all night, really. And Blackman only had 1 hit for the entire game, so hats off to the Oakland pitching staff.
And for the Red Hawks of Stewarts Creek,
I'm just going to go with Lawson, I think, because he pitched 5 innings, 2 runs, 1 earned, 3 hits, 4 strikeouts, and 1 walk. So I think both of those pitchers are deserving tonight.
I think so. Tip of the cap to Mr. Carver. He had a 2-for-2 day with a walk. So for Oakland, and really a lot of places you could go there, and I think John made a great decision on those 2. And that's your Dr. Automotive players of the game. They're your trusted local shop for top quality auto repair, specializing in both foreign and domestic vehicles with ASE certified and master mechanics on staff. Brothers Danny and Randy Brewer and their whole team out there are fully equipped to handle all of your vehicle repair and maintenance needs. It's AutoRepairSmyrna.com online, or you can stop by and talk with them on Hazelwood Drive in Smyrna. They're going to get a 2005 Toyota Sienna here pretty soon. Keys to the game. Great pitching. Stewarts Creek makes a late charge in the 7th inning. John, I think early on, pitching, but Oakland kind of put the pressure on Stewarts Creek early, scoring a run in the 1st and a run in the 2nd.
Well, I think and defensively, Stewarts Creek had a few lapses there in the early part of the game, and I think that got those 2 runs plated across. And a key 7th inning with a key strikeout. They didn't get the runner going home from 3rd, but that was a big second out for Oakland, and then they needed 1 more out, and they got it.
Your Craig's Tax Service keys to the game. Hey, it's almost April 15th. You only have just a little time here. We know tax laws are confusing. Maybe you've got it done this year, but you're thinking, I don't ever want to try to tackle this again. Well, it's smart to get expert help with your taxes, and Craig's Tax Service specializes in personal and business tax preparation, as well as financial and bookkeeping services. You can call them at 890-2233 or find out more at craigstaxservice.com. And a reminder, if you missed part of the game tonight, you can head to wgnssports.com and tap on that Sir Pizza podcast button to listen, watch, or download. And you can also check the archives for past games. Don't forget, order your favorite pizza online, sirpizzatn.com, carry out or delivery. And better yet, download their app. Start earning rewards points. Find Sir Pizza on East Main, on South Church, and on Memorial Boulevard. As our post-game show continues, it's time for the final scores, or final tallies here in this game, if you will. 2-1 Oakland win, and with those final stats from Fans Heating and Air, JHA Company, and Winners Trophies, it's John.
Well, as we mentioned, Patrick Freeman tonight for Oakland, 5 innings pitched, no runs, no earned runs, no hits. That's right, no hits, 10 strikeouts and 2 walks. Avalar was 1 inning pitched, 1 hit, 1 strikeout, 1 walk, and Asher Evans, we'll have to go with 1 run on Avalar. And then Asher Evans came in to save it, 1 run, gave up no hits, strikeout, and 2 walks. Stewarts Creek's lineup, Aiden Jackson with 0 for 3 night, 1 for 3 for Chase Fernandez, and a run scored. And looking on down further, that was the only hit of the game, and it was an infield single. So, and Blanton was on twice with 2 walks, so they really shut down the Stewarts Creek defense tonight. Caleb Lawson for Stewarts Creek, 5 innings, 2 runs, 1 earned, 3 hits, 4 strikeouts, 1 walk. Sally, 1 inning, no runs, no earned runs, no hits, 1 strikeout, and 1 walk. Oakland's lineup went like this. Asher Evans was 0 for 3, 2 for 2 night for Andrew Carver. He also had a walk, and he scored a run. Braxton Griever, 1 for 3. And that's about all the hitting that Oakland could muster tonight. That's all they needed. They win it 2-1 here in this ball game tonight.
All right. Well, that is a look at your final stats. Fans Heating and Air, Winners Trophies, and JHA Company, Josh Houston and Associates. And that's going to be it for our Prentice Allsup Heating and Air postgame show. A reminder, our next game will be Wednesday. Around 5:45 airtime for us after All Sports Talk, and we will be at Riverdale as Blackman and Riverdale tangle in Game 2 of their 3-game series, which starts tomorrow at Blackman in District 8 4A play. And maybe something on Thursday. It's on the schedule. We'll see if Mother Nature cooperates. Well, that's going to do it here for us tonight. I want to thank everybody here at Oakland who made our outing comfortable here this evening. And especially to Mack Hawks and all the great concession stand workers here. And we kind of come in and plant and get all of our stuff out and ready to go. And they're very gracious to allow us the space here. And our producer at the station, Jackson Smith, awesome job tonight by Jackson. And for John Dinkins, I'm Brian Barrett. We bid you so long and farewell from Oakland High School until the next time we meet at the game.
Rutherford County's biggest sports events are on News Radio WGNS, FM 101.9, FM 100.5, AM 1450, streaming at WGNSsports.com.